Liverpool is open to selling a 25-year-old youngster for around £30 million this summer. Attention! Liverpool and Newcastle are eyeing the same signing. Alonso now has a clear preference for his next destination after reaching a total agreement. Welcome to another video from the biggest club in the world. Let's check out the news for this Tuesday. Endo raised some concerns when he left Wembley on crutches, but he returned to the AXA training center without the protective boot, which we consider a good sign. The 31-year-old midfielder was exceptional against Chelsea, playing the full 120 minutes despite suffering an ankle knock. Endo limped during the post-match celebrations, undoubtedly feeling some discomfort as he was seen leaving the field with the protective boot and crutches. With Ryan Gravenberch in a similar situation, there was a growing fear of losing two more midfielders. But Endo fortunately alleviated those concerns. The Japanese international was seen walking much more freely at the AXA training center when the players returned on Monday afternoon, and there was no moon boot in sight. It seems to have been a precautionary measure from the club's medical department, and if he avoided injuries, it's a big boost for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp's team has another game on Wednesday night, in the 5th round of the FA Cup, and it would be surprising to see Endo near the pitch, despite the long list of absentees. However, the hope is that Mohamed Salah, Darwin Núñez, and Dominik Szoboszlai are on the brink of returning, as their celebrations at Wembley certainly suggested that nothing was holding them back. The Liverpool video posted on their social media accounts showed Salah and Núñez in their training gear, but it's still unknown whether they will be able to play a role at Anfield. Journalist James Pearce suggested that Liverpool accept they will have difficulties in continuing to hold on to Kelleher, as he shared the price that the Reds would be seeking for the Republic of Ireland international. Kelleher was one of the stars of the show on Sunday when Liverpool won the Carabao Cup at Wembley. Kelleher started the game with a brilliant save from Cole Palmer, and he made a few more great saves as the Reds clinched the trophy thanks to a goal from Virgil van Dijk in extra time. Obviously, he has been behind Alisson Becker in the hierarchy in recent years. Liverpool could sell Kelleher for £30 million. Alisson is, ultimately, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. But Kelleher is proving to be an exceptional talent in his own right. And given that he is now 25 years old, there will be concern that he may push for a move sooner or later. In statements to the Athletic Football Podcast, James Pearce suggested that Kelleher's departure seems to be in the plans, as long as they receive an offer of £30 million. I would be surprised if Liverpool managed to keep Kelleher for another season. He would have gone last summer, I think, if the right offer had come in. But there was a lot of interest. There were loan offers that Liverpool would never, ever agree to because it simply didn't make financial sense, he said. And then, of course, I think there was a £15 million offer from Forest in January, which again was way too late and nowhere near his valuation. I think Liverpool probably see him as worth double that. But there's an acceptance that you can only keep someone like him for so long. Based on what Kelleher has shown whenever he's been called upon, it wouldn't be surprising if some clubs seriously considered making a £30 million offer this summer. Liverpool knows better than anyone how important a reliable goalkeeper can be. Alisson was undoubtedly a revolutionary signing for the team, and some teams further down the table will wonder if Kelleher can have a similar impact. Certainly, if the Carabao Cup final display is a sign of things to come, then £30 million would be a bargain for someone. On February 14th, Tuttosport reported that Federico Chiesa has been on Liverpool's radar for a long time, and they could intervene to sign him. 4 days ago, we transmitted news from Italy that Newcastle United is also in contention for the Juventus player. The attacking midfielder has less than 18 months left on his contract, and there are uncertainties about his long-term future. Calciomercato.it states that the 26-year-old player has received interest from both Liverpool and Newcastle. The report mentions that the Italian international was booed by Juventus fans when he was sent off in his team's victory over Frosinone over the weekend, complicating his situation at the Turin club. They also relayed updates provided by La Stampa journalist Gianluca Odanino to Calciomercato.it on TV Play. The renewal of Liverpool and Newcastle's target has been complex. Even when he was performing well on the field, and a sale could be a concrete option in the summer. The journalist asserts that the old lady wants clarity about her future soon. So the player, but especially Juventus, are pondering, especially because there has been talk of an extension at a very high price. Given Juventus's overall budget situation, there is still a deadlock, he said. It's evident that the 2025 deadline means there is urgency to find a solution. He could also renew his contract by calming his demands, or in any case, staying at current numbers, or at most a little longer. Or Chiesa's adventure at Juve could end, but with the club trying to sell him in the summer to recoup the investment made when he was signed by Fiorentina, so as not to lose him in a free transfer. Odenino adds that Premier League clubs have always been interested in the former Fiorentina player. Discussing his options, the report explains that both Liverpool and Newcastle are particularly attentive to Chiesa's future. The player has scored 2 goals since September, and Odenino says his current situation doesn't help him or Juventus if they decide to profit from his sale in the summer. Xabi Alonso now has a clear preference for which team he wants to join in the summer, with Liverpool and Bayern Munich reportedly vying for his signing. The Reds are in search of a new manager after Jurgen Klopp announced he will leave the position at the end of the season to take a break from football. Bayern Munich is also eyeing Alonso, after Thomas Tuchel agreed to leave the club in the summer following a difficult period. Alonso has emerged as the leading candidate for roles at both Liverpool and Bayern, having led Bayer Leverkusen with an 8-point lead at the top of the Bundesliga. Foot Mercado states that Alonso's clear preference is to join Liverpool once the season ends, with his heart clearly leaning towards the Reds. A report emerged over the weekend stating that Alonso has reached a total agreement to leave Leverkusen at the end of the campaign to pursue a major change elsewhere. It's likely that both clubs will interview Alonso before making a decision with other candidates in the mix. There's potential for a direct confrontation between Bayern and Liverpool for Alonso. Alonso is 100% focused on achieving something historic at Bayer Leverkusen, while Liverpool and Bayern want him. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Alonso is one of Liverpool's top candidates, but not the only one. Liverpool will appoint a new director and then a new manager. This step will be crucial in deciding on the new coach. Thank you very much for watching until here. Until next time.